Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this...
Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Another pistol look here. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Now a play fake. Manning. Deep drop. Caught. It's Cruz left side. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it. The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
On play action, now Manning surveying the field. Look at the time. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Cruz has it over the middle. Touchdown, Giants. Victor Cruz, 30 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free. And so the Cowboys will punt it on 4th down. As on is the veteran Chris Jones to kick it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And our players spotlight. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, That was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th down with Manning. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas... Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. New York set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Manning looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. It's the rookie from Notre Dame, Jalen Smith, in there to drop his man and pick up his first career sack in his first career game.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under pressure, they got him again. Randy Gregory in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to Cruz. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. And they'll run it here. And he is going to loop. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's at the 33. Great blocking looking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's brought down after a good gain. So Manning to Beckham in this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
It's almost like an electrical charge for him, isn't it? When he catches the first one, I'm talking about OBJ, he just goes in the huddle and says more. And really, he's just one of those guys that once he gets going, look out.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And here now it's 2nd and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham from 6 yards away. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a...
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A first-time Pro Bowler in 2015, Sean Lee, from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Manning, now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Those spinning away. And there's a flag on the play. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Throwing on 1st down is Manning. Finding time. Great protection.
What was he doing?
The waist and push down.
You gotta be kidding me.
Getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Back near the goal line. Here's Manning. Hitting Donnell here, the tight end right side. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make... Halfback sent in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Giants are going to get a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Manning.
Run him! Oh, man.
He finds Beckham complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have extreme confidence.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Going left side, and he's got Donnell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now here on EA Sports. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Now a play fake. Manning backing up. His throw caught at about the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. So backed up to the 6 now, 3rd and goal.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demarcus Lawrence in there to record another. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now out come the Giants. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, right? A little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel
Hold your breath, man.
They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Yes, indeed. Eli Manning to Odell Beckham Jr. When they do it over and over, they usually win games.
Yeah, and you know the video game Madden, right?
Of course.
Yeah, that's why he's a big reason that Odell Beckham was on the cover in 16 with the arm stretched out, that famous one-handed catch.
Yeah, he did that a lot, didn't he?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And they'll go on the ground. And he went. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing now is Manning. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Have you ever seen blocking like good on the screen?
And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. They run the counter now on first down. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second. So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Now that was kind of interesting. It appears this coaching staff really trusts this rookie early in his career. They want to get him a touchdown here in his NFL debut.
Kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. What a spin. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The defense for the Cowboys getting set to go. And everything's going to rest on this drive. Can they keep them out of field goal range, because a field goal would win it?
So now you're in that position of you can't just back off and give them easy throws. At the same time, you don't want to press them so hard they go over the top and beat you deep. So you're playing a tight defense with an idea that you have the lead. Whatever you do, don't let them in the field goal range and give that up.
So maybe tight but not too tight, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's perfect, right? It's kind of like lacing up your shoes. Get it exactly right and no more.
See if they lace them right. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. They'll come out in the pistol. Back to throw. Deep drop. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football.